This is a walking meditation. I begin by being intentional about my time and space. I find a quiet place where I won't be disturbed, and I set aside a set amount of time. Today I'll be walking for about 10 minutes, and I'll be walking back and forth in a line, or I could choose to walk in a circle. This is not about getting somewhere. There's no destination. It's about being in the present moment. Now I stand still, upright, alert, but relaxed. I bring my awareness to my whole body. I feel my feet pressing into the ground beneath me, and I notice that I'm breathing. There's no need to change anything, just feeling breath as it moves in and out. And I wait. I don't move just yet. Instead, I pause until I sense the natural impulse to walk arise on its own. And when that impulse comes, I simply notice it. When it shows up, I think, there it is. And then I make the choice to begin moving. My first step is very intentional. I begin by lifting one foot gently. I feel my weight shift to the opposite foot. I move the lifted foot slowly forward, and I notice my weight shift forward. Some people call walking a controlled falling forward. And as I place it down with awareness, I notice losing and gaining a sense of steadiness. Now the weight shifts again with my next step. The other foot begins to lift, move forward, and land slowly with awareness. And step by step, I continue. There's no rush. I walk more slowly than I normally would so I can notice the details. I keep my attention on the sensations in my feet and each step, each contact with the floor. If I choose, I can focus instead on the movement in my legs or the rhythm of my breath as I walk. Whatever focus I choose, I stay with it. And if my mind wanders, and it will, I gently notice it without judgment. And then I return to the feeling of walking. That's the practice. And if I lose focus completely, I can just stop. I stand still and I reconnect with my breath. And then I reconnect with my body. And when I'm ready, I begin again, only when I feel the impulse to move. I keep my gaze soft and steady, looking slightly ahead and not down at my feet. And I'm not scanning the room, I'm just staying with the walk. And as my concentration settles, I may begin to notice more the air on my skin, the sounds around me. But all the while, I remain grounded in my body, walking. And for the next few moments, I'm going to continue walking in silence. And I may notice the thought creep in. How long have I been doing this? I acknowledge that thought, and I don't treat it as good or bad. I return my attention to my walking, and as the time comes to a close, I simply come to a stop and I stand upright, alert, but relaxed. And I widen my gaze to become aware of my surroundings. I stand still for a few more breaths. This is the end of the walking meditation.